Good morning. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Happy middle of the week. Happy hump day. Happy Wednesday. It is Wednesday. It's already Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, January 25th, 2023. 2023 sounded real good. 2023. So I want to welcome you this morning. We are live. It is 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Whether you are catching us live at 7 a.m. or you catch us later in the day, later in the week, later in the month, later in the year, we want to welcome you to Purpose Journey Counseling LLC Reloaded. We are reloaded this year. So very thankful to be here, but also looking forward to all of the great things that are in store for this year. So we're just thankful on this snowy Wednesday. In Cincinnati, it's snowing outside or something like that. So on behalf of Purpose Journey Counseling, my name is Dr. Natatu North, and I am the owner and therapist of Purpose Journey Counseling, LLC, again, located in Cincinnati, Ohio. And we are live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And the YouTube link for this broadcast is posted on Instagram. So as always, we ask that you just take just a few moments to please like this video, like our pages on social media. Please follow us or your preferred social media platform. But also, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. So we do ask, regardless of what platform you use, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Purpose Journey Counseling. We greatly appreciate that. And also, please share this video this morning, and let's also interact and engage in the comments section. Thank you so very much. We also like to share just a couple of numbers so that we have it as resources, whether it's for us or someone else. The National Suicide Prevention Hotline number, of course, this number is 24/7. The number is 1-800-273-8255. Please store that number in your cellular device. I can't speak this morning. Your cell phone. Put it in your cell phone. And then also the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. This number is also 24/7. That number is 988. And you can also text that number. So please store those numbers in your phones so that you have it readily available whenever, if ever needed. We just want to be prepared as needed. So we do, again, thank you for joining us this morning. And on Wednesdays, we have what we call Wednesday Wisdom. So just want to have a little talk this morning about ourselves, really. Just about us. But I want to pose this question to each and every one of you. Whenever you're watching this, it's applicable. It's applicable today, tomorrow, next year. It's applicable. So I want to ask this question. What would life be like if we really focused more on our flaws rather than the flaws of others? Just going to put that out there. I like to say, let that sizzle, let it simmer. Let's just really think about that for a second. What would life really be like if we focused more on our flaws rather than the flaws of others? Now, in this, the goal or the intent is not to beat up on yourself or find out everything that's wrong with yourself so you can just, wallow in despair or, to beat yourself down or to just think very negatively of you. The point of this is to say, you know what? I've got some things that I need to work on. I need to maybe think about what I need to do rather than calling out everything you need to do. That, I don't know. Well, I guess it is tough. I'll just say it can be very tough. And a lot of times we often, and I say we often struggle with this because we a lot of times love to speak about or to judge, but just to speak about what is presented in front of us, that we're looking at something that's not us. We're looking at something else and we're ready and eagerly willing to go ahead and talk about what's wrong with what we see in someone else. but we don't always or often look inward to say, hey, maybe there's some things that I need to work on as well. And we become very, very difficult sometimes to navigate or to actually have. We talked on Monday in our Monday message about healthy relationships and honesty, but sometimes we're not even honest with ourselves about what's really going on with us. So I really want you to think about this question. What do you think life would be like if we stopped just, ready to cast the blame, ready to point the finger, ready to say, you do this, you do that, you're the problem, you're this, you're that, you're this. And we actually focus on ourselves and say, you know what? It's not to negate anything that, may happen with other people. However, it's at least to give us some ownership, some accountability, some responsibility for some of the things that we struggle with, because guess what? We all struggle with different things. And if we find ourselves in the middle of conflict with everyone we know, or many of the people we know, a lot of times the common denominator is us. It's not necessarily the other person. Sometimes it could be that. So again, I'm talking about looking outward. So we're looking at what we see around us, the people we see around us. We're looking at what they do that we don't like, or how this has caused the problem, and how they're problematic here, and how they're problematic there, and what this and what that. And again, it's not to say there's no validity in any of the concerns we have, but sometimes it's really good to actually focus on, I'm starting with the man in the mirror, as Michael Jackson said. What do you see when you look in the mirror? And again, anyone who knows me know that I'm very much strengths based. I love for people to be able to identify their own strengths, to look at what's going right in with them, to look at the things that they do well, think about the things, or be able to identify the things that they love about themselves. So the intent, again, is not to be so critical or, overly negative, or, to find all the bad stuff and not be able to find any of the good. So when you ask yourself this question, like, what do I see when I look in the mirror? If I'm asking you, what do you see when you look in the mirror? A lot of those things could very well be positive. A lot of those things should be positive things. The intent, again, is not to just look at the negativity. However, it's good to be able to identify what I do or what I need to work on that's maybe not necessarily having a positive impact on the people around me, or maybe it's not even having a positive impact on me. Like, let's just say, for example, if I'm a fearful person and I operate in fear most of the time, that's probably not necessarily a great quality that I need to carry on in my life, because that means I'm going to be living scared, and I'm not going to be able to live in faith and to trust God for my life because I'm living in fear. And God did not give me the spirit of fear. So that came from somewhere else. Just an example. So it's good to be able to look in the mirror, because sometimes the problem is us. Words of wisdom for you this morning. Sometimes I'm the problem. So say that. Sometimes I'm the problem. Sometimes it's me. Sometimes it's me who needs to do this. Sometimes it's me who needs to change this. It's not always everybody else. And I'm going to say this again. If you find yourself constantly bumping heads with everyone you know, or people over here, people at work, people in your family, friends over here, this over there, the common denominator could be you. It could be you. It could be. So if you notice all this conflict and stuff around you, you find yourself beefing with people constantly, it's a common thing. Or, you find yourself struggling with different things. I want you to ask yourself this question: how can you improve what's around you? And how can you improve? Meaning, what improvements can you make within yourself to improve, to have a positive impact over the things that go on in your circle, in your environment, in the things that you experience, in the places that you go, and the people that you're able to interact with? What can you do to improve those situations? It's not taking on the ownership of other people's concerns, other people's issues. It's not blaming yourself for everything. It's not being overly negative. It's not being that at all. It's just saying, you know what? There might be some things I can do to make this better, because maybe if I work on this, then this might improve. It doesn't mean that you're trying to change someone else, because it could be some of you, it could be some of them. And you're not responsible for other people's actions, but guess what? You are responsible for yours. So the least we can do is play an active role in ensuring that we're doing the things that we need to do. And then everything, if everybody took care of themselves, if everybody focused on themselves, I'm going to say this again. We'll go back to the initial question. What would life be like? What do you think life would be like if everybody focused on what they needed to do and stop worrying about everybody else? Well, you need to do this. Well, what if I just worry about what I need to do? Let you do what you need to do. You worry about what you need to do. Introspection. I just want to encourage you to take some introspection. Look inward. And as you're doing introspection, you're actually actively engaging in this. You're going to find so many great things about yourself. I constantly encourage people to look at the good as well. You're going to find so many great things about yourself as you're doing introspection. It's not just about, again, it's not just about pulling out the negative. You're going to find so many positive things. But that allows you to look inward, to look at yourself, not focusing on everybody else or what they, looking at yourself, asking God to show you you. Ask God to show you who you are. Ask God to show you, hey God, hey God, you don't have to use all these, fancy words. God, Daddy, can you help me understand me? Can you show me? The good, the bad, and the ugly, God, because I really want to look more like you. I really want to talk more like you. I really want to walk and move more like you. If we actually took the time to do that, what will the world really look like? So as you're doing this introspection, you just start here. And you fill in the blank. It's not about being negative. It's just about being honest with yourself. And again, asking God to show you. And asking God to show you how he sees you is going to be so interesting, because God probably doesn't even see you the way you see yourself. And we want to look at ourselves the way God looks at us. So that's the Wednesday wisdom for this morning. Let's do some introspection today, this week, this year. Let's if 2023, if we're going to be honest this year with other people, we should also be honest with ourselves. That's a very critical thing. And what would the world be like if we really, 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 what would life look like if we really could focus on our flaws, focus on ourselves and what we need to do, rather than telling everybody else what they needed to do? My, I have a hunch. I have a hunch that it probably will be a lot easier to interact and to deal with each other if we could deal with ourselves. In Jesus' name. Yes. So our tag for Purposed Journey Counseling is to be loving, be kind, be compassionate, and be intentional towards others as well as towards yourselves. Coming soon, just in a couple of weeks, our next episode of Hashtag from a Christian, Hashtag from a Therapist with Dr. Natatu, episode 9, will be on Sunday, February 5th, 2023 at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, mark your calendars, invite someone, tell them about it to join us on that evening. Not going to tell you anything else right now till the flyer is released. Not telling you yet. Other than that's when it's scheduled. Not telling you anything else about it. But join us. It's going to be a great time, Lord willing. So we do, as always, appreciate you so very much. Excuse me. We thank you for joining us this morning, or whenever you catch this video. We thank you for joining us. Lord willing, we will see you on Monday for Monday Message Live at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to do some introspection today. Fill in the blanks. We're going to do a lot of that today as part of our Wednesday wisdom. Can we thank you so much? If you're in any area that has been impacted by the snow, however much snow is really outside, however much snow, Please be safe. Please be safe. Please be safe. Please be safe. Take your time. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Have a wonderful, wonderful wintry Wednesday, and blessings and love.